right now. Welcome everybody to Power Yoga, the Sunday edition, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share this practice with each and every one of you. We've got a wonderful group this morning, and we're really going to get after it today. So just on the initial outset, just allow yourself to fully be right here for the next 75 minutes. This is the only place that we have to be, and there's nothing else we have to do. Okay, so if you're following along with the music, thank you, Jillian, for creating the Spotify playlist for today. It is yoga number 20. Go ahead and start that right now, and let's find a seated position. We're going to start in a seated position and start with some pranayama, some breathing. So as we find that comfortable position, let's get a nice tall posture in that seated position. Make sure you're feeling quite comfortable. And then we're going to take our left hand onto our belly and our right hand onto our hearts, okay? Or vice versa, whichever, okay? And then we're going to start with what I call a 16 count and moving on to a 32 count breath, which means we're going to do an even tempo where we inhale through our nose or mouth. We're going to inhale for a 4 count, hold at the top for a 4 count, exhale for a 4 count, and hold at the bottom. So some breath retention. So let's go ahead and start practicing that through our nose or our mouth. And if it's comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes as you begin this. So inhale, and then hold for a 4 count, and that's relative to each one of us. You guide that. And then exhale, and hold at the bottom for a 4 count. And then inhale, and hold. And of course, you can go at your own pace on here. Exhale, and then hold. So you get the idea, you get the cadence, nose or mouth. And as you get comfortable with that 4 count, if you want to begin experimenting and practicing with a 6 count or an 8 count, inhale and hold, and exhale and hold, go ahead and start doing that, which just means deepening the inhale, holding for a longer period of time. Continue to breathe this way, and I'll just continue talking just a little bit, just to kind of set the conditions, set the environment for our practice today. And I'd like to start with sharing just a little bit of an intention, a little bit of a sankalpa, as a Sanskrit word for intention. Beginning with something like this. May I live in this body right now. May my compassion start with me. And may I invite myself back. May my practice support me in the ways that I need to be supported today. So as we consider our own sankalpa, you're welcome to just adopt exactly what I shared there. But what the message shares is compassion, humility, and self-love. Allowing ourselves to find acceptance of where we're at today within our practice and on our mats. Not falling into the traps of comparing what we were in previous days, months, and years. Not falling into the traps of setting expectations for how we think it should go today based on how you might feel. Sometimes we arrive at our mats with our own baggage. Oh, I'm feeling horrible today, or I'm angry today, and then we bring that anger to our mats. And then we also bring the baggage of judgment sometimes, critical thinking, the voices inside our head and how we talk to ourselves. But if we allow all that stuff to subside and just stay to the side, then we allow the conditions for humility, compassion, and self-love in our practice today. Let's do 2 more cycles of that 4 count or 8 count breathing with that breath retention. That breath allows us to just set the tone, to get right here in the moment. You have to think about how we're breathing. And when we're thinking about how we're breathing, it's hard to multitask and think about other things. Very nice. Let's take the breath retention out of that and just now do that nice, even tempoed inhale and exhale through the nose or the mouth. Let's begin our physical practice. I'm going to scoot back to the mat here, and we're going to start in an all fours position. all fours position. I'm going to start by just adding a little angle here, and as we find all fours, let's get those shoulders right above those hands and begin digging those hands in, those fingertips into our mat just a little bit to get some strong hands, and so much so that the center of our palm lifts slightly up off the mat. Hips right above the knees. You can either curl your toes or shoelace side of your feet. Let's start rocking in circles. Start rocking in circles. Pick any direction on those circles. Drawing those hips a little bit closer to our heels and those shoulders in front of those fingertips. That helps us to continue to warm up those hands and those wrists and start working those shoulders in a good alignment as we get those shoulders in front of those fingertips. Let's go ahead and switch directions on those circles and just continue to start noticing the sensations in our body, making that connection of our mind and body together as we start to feel just these gentle movements to begin with. All right. As we come to stillness, some barrel rolls. I'm just going to turn forward so you can see that. Just go side to side, making those circles. Making those circles. Just imagine you're drawing a big circle with the crown of your head. As we go side to side, and it's almost like a little push-up with those arms as we put a bend in. So make sure we're pushing those hands straight down, and go ahead and switch those circles on those barrel rolls. There we go. Switch directions. Excellent. Awesome. There we are. Keeping the integrity of that all fours position. Again, we're just starting to move in different directions. Okay. Coming to stillness. Let's find that good, strong posture right here. Make sure we get those strong hands and strong arms. Take that right hand and reach it up nice and high to the sky. Reach. Open up. Get a stretch across our chest and shoulders. On the exhale, we'll bring that right hand underneath the left armpit, threading the needle. Good. Like we're scratching our back. Inhale. Up nice and tall, connecting movement and breath, and exhale and sweep it through. And give me 3 more just like that, moving at your own pace in that either nasal or mouth breathing. Inhale and exhale, and connect that movement and breath. Good. Reach. Open up. Get a little rotation on our spine. Wake up our body just a little bit more. Excellent. When we're done with a total of 5 there, go ahead and switch on to the other side. Good. Left hand reaches up nice and high, and then bring it through under that right armpit again, like we're scratching our back. Open up our heart to the left side. Exhale as we square back up towards the mat and towards the ground beneath us. Good. Reach. Open up. Feel that through your hips, through your lower back, into your ribs as we start to awaken our bodies. Good. Total of 5 here. I believe I have 1 more time. Okay. All right. And we're going to settle right back into all fours again. Cat and cow pose. Good. I'm going to turn to the side here. Good. Strong cat and cow, or all fours position. Inhale as we look up and bring our tailbone up toward the sky. And then exhale as we look down and round our tailbone underneath. Tuck it underneath. Good. Inhale as we look up and squeeze our shoulder blades together, and exhale, look down, push those hands into the ground and separate those shoulders from each other. Good, so think about more than just our hips moving here. More than just our hips, more than just our tailbone. Think about the entire extent and length of our spine, going from our tailbone to our neck. Good. Inhale, drop the bellies down. Inhale, round that spine. Try and lift that spine as high as we can go up toward the ceiling. 2 more. Good. Inhale and exhale. Press those hands in. Again, almost like that push-up, pushing off the mat. Last time, inhale and exhale. All right. Moving into spinal balance as we find some stillness. Let's take that right hand forward and left heel back. Keeping our shoulders and hips square, focus on the length from our fingertips back to our heel or toes. It doesn't matter whether it's pointed or dorsiflex toward our shin. On the exhale, bring that right hand down, left knee down, and do the same thing, other side. Reach and focus on the length. How long can we make our bodies? All right, keep reaching. And then let's begin flowing through this. Exhale, bring the left hand down, right knee. Inhale, right hand, left heel. Good, and then exhale and inhale. Moving at the pace of your breath. Let that breath guide your cadence in terms of how you move. Continue to focus on the length of your body. How far can you reach? Can you continue to reach further each time you are reaching and extending your limbs? And then maybe lift those thumbs a little bit higher and those heels a little bit more to get a little squeeze between those shoulder blades and our lower back, and trying to connect the two. Again, working that full extent of our spine and those muscles that border our spine. One more time, each side. And then the next time we find that right hand, I'm going to turn to the front, stay forward, right hand, left heel back, and hold. And hold. Good. And now bring that right hand out to the side and that left foot out to the right hand to the right side, left foot to the left side. There we go. Trying to maintain that squareness of our shoulders and hips to the floor or mat beneath us. A little awkward balance right here. Okay, from here we're going to go to cat dancer. So that right hand is going to find that left ankle or top of our foot. So bring that left foot back, put a bend in that knee, and then reach back to the top of that foot or ankle. I'll turn to the side to show you that. Okay, and if you're unable to do that, just reach back and point to that foot and say, hey, someday I'll get you. Okay? Remember, we're exercising humility. Okay, and I saw a quote recently that said, be humble enough to suck at something long enough to where maybe you get good at it over time. Okay? All right. And I guarantee you, when I first started yoga, this particular position right here was not in the cards for me. So I had to exercise a lot of humility. Okay? I had to check the ego and say, well, just not going to happen today. All right. Awesome. As we extend back out to that spinal balance, bring that left foot right back out to the side and set it down onto the edge or the side of our mat. Coming right up to gate pose, shoulder over hip, over knee, inhale, that right hand up toward the sky for a side bend, stretching out the right side of our body. Excellent. Good deal here. All right. Now with that left arm, let's bring that left arm behind our back, so that when we stand up just a little bit taller, take that right hand, grab onto that left wrist, and make a wing on the right side. Exhale our chin to our chest, and then right ear, right shoulder. Getting a nice stretch then on that left shoulder and our neck. Whew. All right. Good. Let's take another breath right here, just to relax and release through our neck and shoulder. Okay. And then let's find all fours yet again. Now we need to do that same thing on the other side. So that left hand reaches forward, right heel back or right foot back, and then take that left hand, point it to the left side, and right foot to the right side. Okay, I'm going to turn again to the side as we hold that, what I call awkward balance. It is awkward, and it's a lot of core activity going on right there. Good, we're going to go to cat dancer now. Take that left hand, grab onto the top of that right foot or ankle. Okay, or just point to that foot or ankle. Again, exercising that humility. All right. Couple more breaths right here. Just a little hold just to open up our hearts. Get a little stretch across our top of our quad. Okay, whether you're grabbing on or not, that's still happening. And then let's go right back to that spinal balance. Reach out, take that right foot out to the side, set it completely down on the ground, and stand tall on that left knee. Left hand reaches up, nice and high and over, stretching out the left side of our body through the ribs and down to the hips. Good. And you might even feel a little stretch on the inside part of that right leg, your adductors. Good. And we'll get more into that a little bit later, of course. With that right hand, let's crawl behind our back and then come on upright. Take that left hand, grab onto the right wrist, pull it through, make a wing. Exhale our chin to our chest and left ear, left shoulder. All right. Breathe through this. We're almost done being on our knees. If this is bothering your knees, we're so close, so close. Okay. All right. And then let's come back to all fours.
And if we're on our mats in all fours, let's position ourselves toward the back of our mat. So that's the front side of my mat. And then spread our feet out just a little bit as we curl our toes. Curl our toes. Good. And with our hands here, start walking those hands closer to our knees. And then start lifting those knees up off the ground and come onto our feet and find a yogi squat. A yogi squat. Let me face forward to show you what that looks like. A yogi squat. Okay, so I widened my feet just a little bit, toes slightly pointing out, heels to toes on the ground. Try and find that depth where the heels and toes are on the ground, okay? So if that depth is up here and if you start getting down, then you're way up on your heels, then stay up there, okay? All right, so from this yogi squat, we're gonna reach up nice and high. Inhale those hands up to the sky, reach, and come right back, exhale to that yogi squat. And again, inhale. And exhale, yogi squat. Keep going, 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Good, we got it. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Inhale and exhale 1 more time. And then we're gonna find that yogi squat. From here, begin walking those hands forward out to a plank position and then press back, downward facing dog. Ears between those arms. Excellent. So we're at the front of our mat now with those hands. So I'm going to turn to the side. We're in downward dog. From downward dog, find plank again. And then walk those hands back to those feet. Find yogi squat. And then inhale up all the way nice and tall. And on our exhale, refine yogi squat. You know where we're going now. Walk out the plank. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Inhale back to plank. And exhale, walk those hands back to that yogi squats. Inhale, sweep up nice and tall. And exhale, right back to that yogi squat. Keep going. Walk out to plank. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Inhale, back forward, plank position. Exhale, walk back to that yogi squats. Inhale, nice and tall, sweep those hands. Exhale, back to that squat position. Good. Inhale, walk out to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Couple more just like that. Inhale back to plank. Exhale back to that squats. Inhale up nice and tall. And exhale, sit back down into that squat. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale back to downward dog. Let's do that 1 more complete cycle. Inhale forward. Exhale, walk it back. Squats. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, sit back down into it. Good. Inhale, walk it forward. And press back, downward dog. Stay right there in downward dog. Good. Now from downward dog, we're going to start walking the feet to the outside of the hands. Down dog spider. So right foot steps to the outside of the right hand and then press back to down dog. And then left foot steps to the outside of both hands and then press back to down dog. And just continue to do that at your own pace. Now, whether those feet are next to the hands or not, it doesn't matter, okay? That foot just comes right there halfway. Just allow ourselves to find the acceptance of where we're at today. Good. Couple more in these spiders. And then we're gonna add a twist. I'm gonna face the front as we do that. Okay. Next time that right foot comes up to the outside of the hands, bring it forward, stay right there. Right hand inhales up nice and tall. Exhale, bring that hand down, same exhale to downward dog. Inhale, step forward, same inhale, lifts that left hand, twisted low lunge. Exhale, brings the hand down and presses back to down dog. Continue to do that now. So we just added the twisted low lunge. All right. Again, opening up our chest and shoulders. Engaging, adding a little bit more spinal rotation there, waking up our entire body as we're moving here. Excellent. Give me a couple more. Good. Let's do at least 1 more time each side. How about that? Okay, 1 more time each side. Looking good. And then we'll find downward facing dog. Excellent. From downward facing dog, let's look forward. Let's inhale and step forward towards the front of our mats. Exhale into those legs and sweep those hands nice and tall. And exhale into heart center. resting our thumbs on our heart. That was a lot of movement to begin with, so I'm going to allow us to take a moment right here in Tadasana, mountain pose, to catch our breath. Take a little sip of water if you need it, and then we're going to continue on. Standing nice and tall in Tadasana. Still those nice deep yoga breaths, even tempo. Let's find the front of our mats, feet about hip distance or slightly wider. Let's engage in our sanes. It's time to continue on. So we'll inhale and shoot those hands up toward the sky. Exhale and forward fold with that long spine. On our next inhale, drape those hands across those shins, rest below our knees. Nice long spine, crown of our head to our tailbone. Exhale, set those hands down and step back to plank position. From here we rock forward, shoulders come in front of those fingertips. That protects those shoulders. And then you have a choice. Either come to your knees or stay on your toes and do a half push-up. Elbows come straight back, 6 o'clock, and then inhale, look up. If we're on our knees, that's cobra, or the shoelace side of our feet, that's upward facing dog. And we'll exhale and lift our hips and draw our ears between our arms back to downward facing dog. And we can always go right from plank position to down dog, so you have that option. On our inhale, we step forward, sink into those legs and exhale, and then inhale, sweep up nice and tall, and exhale to heart center. Do your best to connect movement and breath here. Inhale, up nice and tall. Exhale. Inhale, up. Flat back and exhale, step it back to plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, that half push up. Inhale, cobra upward dog, that's your choice. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, we can step or a little bend in those knees and hop forward, land softly. Inhale, up nice and tall, and exhale to heart center. Inhale, reach for it. And exhale, come on down. Nice long spine. Inhale, up, flat back. And exhale, hands down, step it back. Inhale as we rock forward. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift the crown of our head. Exhale, face back down, downward dog. Inhale, step or hop forward. Exhale into those knees. And inhale, sweep and fill those lungs right back to heart center. Good. Keep going as we inhale up and exhale, fold. Inhale, up to flat back. And exhale, come on back. Excellent. As we rock forward, inhale and then exhale, that half push-up. Inhale, we look up. Exhale, we face back down. Inhale, step or hop forward. Exhale to those knees and sweep up nice and tall, right back to heart center. At least 3 more. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, up, flat back, and exhale, step it back. Good. Inhale, forward. Exhale, come down. Inhale, look up, and exhale, press back. Downward dog. Inhale, step or hop forward, sink into those legs, sweep and reach as high as you can, and right back to heart center again. Inhale up, and exhale, come down. Inhale up to that flat back, and exhale, bring it back. We are moving. Inhale, rock and roll. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, look up, and exhale to that down dog. Inhale, step or hop forward, sink into those legs, sweep it, and right back to heart center. Final one, let's meet back in downward dog. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up the flat back and exhale to that plank. Do your vinyasa flow, the one you've made for yourself today. We'll meet right back in downward facing dog. Whew, all right. Let's get a little ujjayi breath here, which means we breathe in as deeply as we can through our nose and then exhale like we're fogging up a mirror. Sounds just like this. Give me 3 of those. Awesome. And then we're going to look forward, step forward, and find chair pose. So inhale, step forward, and exhale and sit down into chair. All right, I'm going to face the front now in chair. Feet and knees can be together, hands up, thumbs up toward the sky. While we separate those feet, we can also bring our hands to heart center. Sitting deeply and feeling the entire foot on the ground, but trying to feel a little bit of that weight shifting into our heels, okay? And then breathing, that nice 3-part yoga breath right here. Awesome. We're going to have a little twist right here. So take a nice inhale, and on the exhale, left elbow comes to the outside of that right leg. Good. Keeping those hands pressed together, feel every fingertip and the palms of your hands pushing toward each other, and then trying to stay at your heart center. Don't let that left shoulder soften down. Keep it engaged in that hand at the heart center as best you can. All right. Holding and breathing. Take a nice inhale. We always make the shifts on the exhale. So exhale back to center. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Right elbow to the outside of that left leg. I'm going to bring my knees together this time. Just feel it what it's like on this side. Again, nice strong arms and strong hands. Pressing toward each other. Very nice. Very nice. That looks awesome. Breathe through this. Exhale back to center. Stay in this chair pose for 2 breaths. 2 breaths. And then we're going to separate those feet about hip distance apart. From here, we're going to find airplane pose. So from airplane pose, we lengthen those legs and find a nice long spine. Bring those hands behind our hips. Pointing those hands down. Palms can be up or down. That doesn't matter. I think it kind of feels better for me to have my palms up. So, just experiment and see what feels better for you. Still a little soft bend in those knees, but a long spine. And just imagine we're sitting on the heels of our feet, even though the whole foot is still on the ground. All right. A couple more breaths right here. Engage the core and into our lower back. All right. With those hands now, bring it behind our back and interlock those fingers. Interlock those fingers and then draw those hands back behind you past your tailbone. So it squeezes your shoulder blades together. And from here, breathe in nice and big. And then exhale, complete the forward fold. Let those hands creep up toward the sky if it feels comfortable for those shoulders. If it doesn't feel comfortable with those shoulders, real simple answer. Don't do it. Don't do it, right? Use that humility. Find that humbleness. Check that ego. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Good forward fold here. We're going to keep in this forward fold and then release those hands. Let those hands come down towards the ground or on our shins or maybe on a block if that feels good. Ourselves, we're now relax those shoulders. Relax the crown of our head. Relax our jaw and our teeth in this forward fold. All right. Let's put a little bend in those knees, exhale, and then inhale and sweep those hands up nice and tall. And again, finish right there at mountain pose. All right, let's continue on with our flow, shall we? So let's inhale up nice and tall and exhale and forward fold down. Inhaling up to flat back and exhale, step back to plank position. Inhale, rock forward and exhale, come on down. Inhale, lift that crown, exhale back to downward dog. Stay right there. Stay right there. Good. From downward dog, we're going to take that right heel. We're going to float it up toward the sky. 3-legged dog. 3-legged dog. Let's put a bend in that knee and open the hip and press our foot onto the side wall. Okay, onto the left side. Just take a note of those arms. Make sure they're still strong. Sometimes when we get into this, one of them goes a little bit soft, and that's okay. All right, now 2 knee pulls right here. So let's draw that right knee. Exhale towards that right elbow, and then inhale that right heel back up one more time. Exhale as we come back to that plank position and inhale that heel back up, 3-legged dog. Next exhale, set that right foot between the hands, gluing that left foot on the ground. Let's find Warrior One pose. All right. I'm initially face you on Warrior One, then I'm going to switch. So Warrior One, both feet on the ground, heels to toes. Okay, and that left foot just pointing slightly out to the left side. We sink into that right knee, knees toward our toes. Okay, and specifically our pinky toes, if you will. And then our hips slightly coming forward, not squaring up, but shoulders are. Relaxing our shoulders down and away from our ears. Let's find eagle arms. So bring our arms out nice and wide. Squeeze those shoulder blades together initially and arch back. Then set that right elbow in to our left elbow. And either give yourself a hug, back in the hands together, or palms together. Staying in that Warrior One with eagle arms. Excellent. I'm going to turn to the side now. From here, we're going to find Warrior Three. And that Warrior Three we're going to find with those eagle arms. That's right. Good, so we're going to begin leaning forward, almost perching that eagle on top of that right leg. Okay, perching those arms, and then begin lifting that left heel off the ground as we lengthen that right leg. Trying to keep our hips and shoulders as square to the ground as we can. Letting the weight of those arms then help us to stretch even more deeply between those shoulder blades. Couple more breaths right here. Find the calmness in the pose as best you can. Find the evenness of your breath as best you can. Very nice. Staying right here, we're going to release those arms, bring both hands to the ground and find three-point balance. 2 hands and 1 foot on the ground. From three-point balance, we're going to find half moon. Or we can do half moon where we just lift that left hand up toward the sky, or we can do half moon where we find a bind. We can initially bind from three-point balance, taking that left hand onto the ankle, and then as we open up our hips and our shoulders to the left side of the room, half moon bind. All right. You can also get to half moon bind from that long leg. Just put a bend in your knee and reach back. Of course. All right, from here, twisted half moon. So let's keep that left leg up off the ground, heart and hips and shoulders square up to the ground. Left hand comes down onto the blocker ground. Right hand reaches up toward the sky. Opening up our heart and our shoulders to the right side. Ooh, a lot of burning going on that right leg right now. Feeling something good. Sorry for facing away from you right now. This is just the way I am. Way I'm positioned. Yeah. So, as we exhale, bring both hands down. We're going to set that left foot down about a half step and then stand tall. Nice long limbs. So a little split stance, but a half step back with that left foot. Square up hips and shoulders nice and tall. Breathe in nice and tall. Pyramid pose as we hinge through the hips. Soft bend in that right knee. Keep the shoulders, keep the hips square to the ground and the mat beneath you as we come down. Listen to that leg in terms of how low you go. And then when that leg says, I've had enough, then you're welcome to settle into this. Drop the crown of your head round through the spine. Either use the block, use the ground, or those hands on the shins above or below the knee. I don't know if you have shins above your knee, but you can be on the leg above or below your knee. All right. If you have shins above your knee, you're probably feeling some pain right now. It's probably not a good feeling. Okay. Either that or you're standing on your head. Either way, just settle into this. Pyramid's usually a nice pose that we settle into. Allow ourselves to breathe into this one. Feel the extent of that stretch from our heel up to our glutes. Checking into those hips and shoulders, making sure we still have the squareness. All right. Let's take one more breath right here. I'm going to switch sides, or switch directions on you, and then let's step back to plank position, another vinyasa flow. We got to do the other side, so here we go. Inhale, rock forward, exhale, come down. Inhale, lift that head nice and high, exhale, tailbone, whoop, up into the sky. There we go. All right, from downward facing dog, that left heel floats up nice and high, three-legged dog. We're going to put a bend in that knee, open the hips, so we're pressing our left foot towards the right wall. Good. Strong arms right here. And then we're going to do 2 knee pulls, left knee to left elbow. Exhale, and inhale that left heel back up. Do that one more time. Exhale forward, inhale, lift it. And then exhale, bring it through, set it between those hands, gluing that right foot on the ground. Let's find Warrior One pose. All right, again, I'll face forward just for a moment. And Warrior One, again, heels to toes on the ground, both feet, and that right foot slightly pointing out to the side. All right, sink in deep into that right knee and playing with the depth of that left knee. I said right knee, left knee. There we go, you knew what I meant. All right, eagle arms. So open those arms up, squeeze those shoulder blades together initially, arch back just from the beginning here. Squeeze between those shoulder blades, then left elbow sets into right elbow, and find your eagle arms on this side. Once you get those arms, just bring those elbows up just a little bit. Okay. Now again, when we talk about practice over time, eagle arms used to be something that was agonizing for me personally. I'm going to switch and face the side here. And me getting my palms facing each other, I still can't fully do it where I want it to be, but I just allow it to happen where those hands will go. It's time to find warrior three now. So we're going to begin hinging forward, perch those arms initially on that leg just to get that little reference point, then start floating that right heel up off the ground, lengthening that left. Warrior three in eagle arms. Very nice. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Trying to do your best. It's okay if we wobble, it's okay if we stumble, it's okay if we set a foot down. No one's keeping track, no one's keeping points, there's no score. There's only you and your mats and your practice. Let's go ahead and release those arms, bring both hands down to the ground, 3-point balance. From 3-point balance, we are going to find half moon. Again, we can just float that right hand up toward the sky, left hand on the block or ground. If you want to do that bind from 3-point balance, grab onto that right and then open up the hip and shoulders. And then just trying to create a straight line then from your shoulder through your hip and knee. Very nice. Couple more breaths right here. Doing great things for our body, doing great things for our minds. And then we're going to exhale that right hand down. Keep that right leg up off the ground. Go ahead, right hand comes to the ground or that block. Left hand floats up toward the sky. Keep that right foot as high as it's able to be there, okay? Without forcing it, Opening up our heart and shoulders toward that left leg. Awesome. Bring both hands down. Set that right foot down about a half step and then stand tall. Stand tall. Left foot forward, right foot back. Square up hips and shoulders to the front of your mat. Breathe in and exhale. Come down slowly. Keeping those hips and shoulders square. Nice long spine as we come down. Again, find the position on the leg above or below the knee. On that blocker to the ground. When that leg says that's just right, then you drop the crown of your head and round your spine and breathe. Good. Relax and release into this. Turn to the side. Take a nice inhale, and on the exhale, we'll step back to plank position. Another vinyasa flow. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, down. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. And exhale back to downward dog. Good. Back to that right heel. Let's float it up toward the sky. Three-legged dog. Bring that right foot through. Let's find warrior one yet again. Here we go. Just straight up warrior one this time. Awesome. I'm just going to stay facing the side. Deep bend in that knee. And we'll make our adjustments on the exhale. So breathe in nice and deeply on the exhale, warrior two. Front foot and knee, stay right where they're at. Back foot, that left foot just points to the left side and extend those arms front and back. All right. Good, nice, strong legs with warrior two and tall posture, ears over shoulders, over hips. Okay, not leaning forward or back. Relax, but also carry that strength. Reverse warrior, let's exhale and flip that front hand and inhale and lift that right hand up toward the sky, reaching as high as we can. Okay, just reach into that shoulder as if we're trying to just bring that arm out of the shoulder. Reach as high as you can to create that leg, create that space. That back hand can rest on the leg, tailbone or wrap behind our leg. Okay. I'm going to turn and face the front here because we got a big move here. We're going to end up in twisted low lunge. So my back heel is on the ground right now. It's not going to be on the ground as I do this. I'm going to cartwheel my arms around and down, left hand to the ground, back heel lifts, right hand up towards the sky. Right hand to the sky. Twisted low lunge. Okay. Staying right there in twisted low lunge, stacking through those shoulders, lifting our heart up to the sky, trying to bring that right knee toward our heart a little bit more, scissor those legs together, press to that back heel or that back knees down on the ground for just a few more moments. Okay. From here we're going to find a right angle pose. So we bring that right arm down. We're already nice and deep here. We block that right arm to the inside part of that right leg, glue that back heel down on the ground, and left hand floats up toward the sky. Either we stay down deep here, use that block, or right forearm on top of the leg as we reach up. Awesome. I'm going to turn back to the side now. Right angle pose. Of course, we can extend that right angle, bring that bicep to our ear, and reach overhead. Creating that nice long line from our fingertips to our back left heel. Awesome. From here, let's find Warrior Two. So exhale back to Warrior Two. Good. And then go ahead and lengthen that front leg. We're going to find Triangle Pose. Take a nice big inhale, and then begin reaching as we exhale as far as you can reach. When you can reach no further, then we just simply tip over with those arms. One hand comes down, one up toward the sky or the hip if it bothers your shoulders. Okay, so that right hand finds a leg above or below the knee, or the block, And we're just trying to stack through those shoulders, stack those ribs, one atop the other, and lift through the back hip. So that we feel a nice deep stretch on the inside part of that leg, a lot of strength on those feet and legs holding us up, and then a nice stretch across the top side of our body. All right. From here, let's exhale back to Warrior Two. Go ahead and lengthen that front leg and straddle the long side of our mats. Straddle the long side of our mats. Okay. And you can just straddle your mat and face me if that works best for you. Let's inhale up nice and tall. Bring those hands behind our back. Interlock those fingers like we did earlier. Draw those hands past our tailbones and then begin hinging through our hips. Nice long legs as we come down. Good, nice long spine as we come down. When we get to the bottom, we can float those hands up toward the sky. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this, but stay right there. Just listen to my voice. I don't expect you to cinch your neck and try and see what I'm doing right now. So keeping this wide stance, keeping the depth of where our head is at, go ahead and bring those hands, and release those hands and bring them down towards the mat or ground. Awesome. Keep those legs right where they're at. Let's walk those hands forward. Walk them out forward, and then draw our ears between our arms as if we're in down dog with a wide-legged stance. Good. Press in. Strong arms, push through those hands, push those hips back. Push those hips back. Maybe you need to play around with the depth and how far those hands are out. And then let's add a little dynamic to this. We're going to walk in and out. So walk the dog, walk the dog. All right. It's a little bit different than a yo-yo version of walk the dog. This is the yogi version of walk the dog. Walk out and in. Try to maintain those ears between our arms. All right. One last time forward. One last time back. And then just keep walking those hands back a little, bending those knees, sweep up nice and tall. And exhale to heart center. Okay, I'm going to come back to my straddle position where I was at. All right. We got the other side to do, so let's find our vinyasa flow. Let's come on down to the ground, plank position. Let's do our little rock and roll forward. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Awesome job. From downward dog, left heel floats up to the sky. Bring it up nice and high, and then bring it through towards the front of our mat between those hands, gluing that right foot down. Warrior One pose. Alrighty, Good, a good strong warrior one again. I'm going to stay facing the side right here. From this warrior one, let's take a nice big inhale on the exhale, warrior two. Front knee and foot don't move. Right foot points to the right side. Extend those arms front and back. That's all we got to do. We're just moving our hips and shoulders now to face the right side. Excellent. Just play with that depth. Good. A strong warrior two right here. Let's find reverse warrior. Exhale, flip that front hand. Inhale and lift it up toward the sky. Again, reach as high as you can. Reach as high as you can. It's as if you're trying to reach the ceiling, as if you're trying to grab a cloud out of the sky. Lord knows Illinois has enough of those, right? Reach for them and create that space. Fingertips through the ribs and hips. I'm going to face back to the front here. Okay, from here we're going to find that twisted low lunge. So we're going to cartwheel those arms around and down. Right hand to the ground, right heel up off the ground, left hand up toward the sky. Get stack into those shoulders, left knee coming towards our heart. I don't know why my foot was pointing off to the side there. Okay, so now and then we just have to check where things are at, right? Gotta check where things are at. That's for sure. Okay, we're gonna find right angle pose here. I'm gonna turn to the side to get there. So we're gonna bring that left hand down to the inside of that left leg, glue that right heel back down, and then float that right hand up to the sky. Again, hand can stay on the ground. Use that block or left elbow on top of the leg. So you find your version of right angle. Sometimes getting into right angle from already being down deep allows us to find that right angle in a more deep position. Then sometimes other ways to get there. Good. Well, exhale back to warrior two. It's time to find triangle pose. Lengthen that front leg. Breathe in as deeply as we can. Exhale, reach as far as we can. When we can reach no further, we tip over. Triangle pose. Still a soft bend in that left knee. Stack those arms and lift that right hip as if there's a string attached to it up toward the sky. All right. Good stuff right there. Nice, even, calm breath. Nice, even, calm breath. That same breath as if we were just in a restful state, as if we were just sitting down. All we're doing is we're just putting our body in a creative way. We can still have that same breath. As we exhale back to warrior two, let's straddle yet again our mats. Good. Nice long, our wide stance right here. Inhale up nice and tall. And then with straight legs, flat back, chin up, let's swan dive down nice and slow. Come down nice and slow. Long spine, maintain the length of that spine. And then let's come on down, drop the crown of our head, interlock those arms, and rock side to side. Quite often when I get into this position, there's just the word that comes to my mind is, that feels good. This position right here, this is hinged position, and just the weight of my arms creating that center of gravity. It's relaxing and allows us to just get a really good stretch without having to overdo it. All right. So we're going to find an angled twist here. We're going to release those hands. We're going to begin walking both hands over towards that right foot. Bring that right hand behind that left calf or that right calf and just grab on to the right ankle. Take that left hand, set it on top of your right foot. Okay, just right on the top side or even right at the ankle. Then that right hand's going to reach up toward the sky for a twist at a little angle here. Breathe in deep, breathe in freely. All right. Exhale that right hand down. We'll walk over to the left side now. So left hand creeps behind that left leg. Right hand to calf, just grab onto that ankle initially. Take that right hand, just sit on top of your left foot, and then left hand inhales up toward the sky. In control, smooth, even breath. Relaxed, but engaged. Full depth of that breath. Very nice. Exhale back, front and center, a little bend in those knees, sweep those hands up, nice and tall, and exhale to our heart center. All right, got another series of vinyasa flows. So we're gonna pivot back to the front of our mat, step back to plank position, inhale, rock forward, exhale, go through our vinyasa flow. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. From downward dog, right heel floats up nice and high to the sky. Go ahead and bring that right foot through, front of our mat, crescent pose this time. Crescent pose. Deep into that front knee, back heel, stays up off the ground. Arms up, squared up, hips and shoulders to the front, and I'm gonna turn to the front, just so you all can see where we're heading after this. Okay. Staying nice and tall. We're gonna just add a little twist here. So take that right hand, just rest it on our tailbone. Take that left hand, set it on your hip bone, and face the right side. Stay tall. Stay tall. Good, breathe. You can bring those legs toward each other like they're scissors. Take one more breath here. And we'll come back front and center. Let's bring those hands to prayer. And we're going to lean into it and add a twisted prayer. So lean in, lengthen the spine, and then left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Strong hands right there, pressing against each other, and those hands finding heart center as best they can. Strong arms, strong hands, big rotation. Good stuff right here. As we exhale back to center, bring both hands and straddle that front leg, and we're going to come down to a runner's lunge right here. Okay, so that's all we do is come right down, runner's lunge. We can find dragon by taking that right hand and wrap it underneath that right leg. Okay, underneath the knee, and then that right leg. Okay. Good. And we're going to go ahead and now set that left knee down on the ground, shoelace side of that left foot. So a little bit deeper there, feeling that nice stretch across the top of that left quad as well. I'm going to turn to the side as we continue to move here. Okay, all right. So from this runner's lunge, that knee down, shoelace side of that back foot down, let's release those hands and just crawl up our right leg, taking that left hand up and reach it up and press our hips to the left side. A little side bend, and even reaching deeper in to that left hip. So you see my hip is way in front of my left knee right here. As we release, let's find half splits. Half splits, so come back to center, maybe those hands right beside or straddling those legs, come onto the heel of that right foot, and then the hip right above the left knee now, okay? Now if you want a different version of splits or you want something a little bit deeper, you can shimmy that right foot forward or pick it up, and you can walk that left knee back, okay? And I also like to, especially for the guys, a little guidance here, put that block somewhere in here so you don't find a little surprise, right? And then if you want to surrender into this, we can reach those hands up, steeple fingers. Good. Control. Not pushing our bodies too far, but still feeling something. Okay. Now, I don't have a glorious way of coming out of half splits, so this is what I do. I just fall over. I just fall over. Okay, you can do the same thing too. Look, I'm sure there's a better way to get out of that, but that's the way that works for me. Okay, all right. Let's go back to that vinyasa flow. And do it one more time and hit the other side. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Little vinyasa flow, meet back in downward facing dog. Excellent. Left heel floats up, nice and high, three-legged dog. Go ahead and bring it through. Crescent pose. Crescent pose. Get out, face the front. Right here. Good, so that back heel's up off the ground. Again, hips and shoulders square. Hips and shoulders square. We're going to stay nice and tall again as we add a little rotation. Left hand comes onto the tailbone, right hand to that front left hip bone. I don't know if it's a front, but there's a left hip bone. Okay, and just turn and rotate. Stay nice and tall at the crown of our head through our tailbone. And breathe. Squeeze those legs toward each other like we're scissoring those legs. Strength and power in those legs. Play with the depth. Excellent. Exhale back to center, hands to heart center. Lean into it, lengthen the spine. Right elbow to the outside of that left knee now. And then press those hands together, twisted prayer. Pushing those hands together. Breathing through this. The challenge on that leading leg, on that left side. Squeeze those abs, that will help bear some of the burden. All right. So we exhale, bring those hands, straddle that front leg, runner's lunge, bring that left arm underneath that left leg, little dragon pose. Okay, just a little bit deeper version. And then, let's set that right knee down, shoelace side of that right foot. Of course, if this is too deep, we just, we say, and you know what, that's too deep. And that's not where I'm going. Okay, that's all we gotta do. That's all we gotta do. All right, good, let's crawl those hands out. Let's walk on top of that left leg now. Right hand sweeps up toward the sky, side bend open, that right side. Press our hips to the right. Stay right here for a moment. I'm going to turn to the side. It's almost time for, I know the guy's favorite here, half splits. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, very nice. Back to neutral. Let's come onto that left heel, toes up, half splits. Again, hip right above the knee. We can stay right here and hinge forward and focus on the hamstring stretch, or we can create that space, that length. Shimmy that leg, find that splits, and then just really bake into it. Great stretch across the top of the right quad. Great stretch through the left hamstring. Awesome. And I'm going to attempt to come out of this now. I don't know. There we go. Just walk one back foot in. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So from here, let's just stand tall. Let's just stand tall. Okay. Just come out of this position and stand tall. We're done with our vinyasa flows. It's time for a little bit of balance work. A little bit of balance work. We'll start with standing pigeon and a little twist. And a little twist. So all right, shake it out, shake it out. Good stuff. Right foot on the ground, left toes toward our shins, dorsiflexion. Bring that left knee above that right, our left ankle above that right knee. Drop that left knee down, sit down into that single leg chair, standing balance pigeon. Now from here, you're welcome to stay right here or go a little deeper and focus on the stretch with that block. Or we can add a twist. A twist. So I'm going to go to the outside of that left knee. So I'm going to take my right hand and just set it on my left knee and my left hand to my tailbone and rotate. It adds a different element to the balance and a different element to the stretch. Come back to center and exhale and release down. Good. Same thing other side. Left foot down, right toes toward the shins. Right ankle above that left knee. Sit down into it. You're welcome to stay right here, or just a little variation. Left hand to the outside of that right knee. Right hand to our tailbone. Rotate and face the right side. Whew. I want to wobble, I want to fall. And if that's where my body's designed to go, I will let it happen. Little twists, a little rotation. Now we've done a lot of twists, we've done a lot of rotations. So it should feel pretty good. Exhale, and back to center and release. Okay, let's do a fun one. One of my ones I really find a lot of joy in. I don't pick favorites, I suppose. Okay, so it's called Shiva dance. There's a bunch of Shiva dance poses. This is my preference in terms of this one. So right foot on the ground, bend in that right knee. Okay, left heel is going to sit on the soft part of that right knee. So set it there. Set it there. Okay, right elbow sets onto the left knee. Good. And then left elbow sets into the right elbow and hold. You can do eagle arms if you want to. Just make sure that left heel is on the soft part of the knee and not on the kneecap, not causing any stress. Okay. Good. Strength, stability, and balance and concentration. Exhale and release. Same thing other side. Let's find that dance on the other side. Deep bend in that left knee. Strong foot. Right heel on the soft part of that knee. Set it down. Good. Left elbow on the knee and right elbow into that left. Breathe, focus, find acceptance, find calm, find forgiveness if you fall, find patience with where you're at. Exhale and release. Awesome. Let's find a seated position. All right. Onto the ground here, both feet forward. Toes toward those shins, and double leg forward fold. Inhale up nice and tall, and exhale and fold forward. Reaching as far forward as you can, then stabilizing at the feet or ankles or shins, or could be beside the legs as well. And then as we adjust and breathe through this and find additional aspects to stretch, think about the crown of the head moving past the feet, not nose and knees together, not coming down, but forward with the upper body. And then think about the tailbone moving backwards. Okay, almost as if they're passing away from each other and you're lengthening versus crunching down. Okay. Good. Stretch right there. On our exhale, release. Now from here, we're going to combine two moves. A boat, let's find our boat, and a hollow hold. So from boat position, we can grab behind those knees, begin lifting those heels up. We're welcome to keep those knees bent, or legs long, and arms back. Our arms to the side. And from here, we're going to slowly, now we can stay right here or set those heels down and just lean back into it. Or we can slowly come down, hollow hold, hands overhead. Some of you have seen this in some of my classes called banana. Okay? Then we're going to slowly and with strength and stability come back to that boat position. That boat position. And then back to hollow hold. Shoulders up, chin up, heels up. Or options, set all those things down. Back to boat and back to hollow. Lots of core going on right here. Boat and hollow. Good. Do that one more time. Come to boat, come to hollow and hold hollow. Hollow hold. Whoo. Hold for 3, 2, and then find boat yet again. Right there and hold for 3, 2, and done. Whoo. Was that something or what? Yes, or what? Or what? Good. Interlock those ankles and those, grab behind those knees. Let's roll onto our back. Single leg bridge, a little bit more core right here. Right foot on the ground, left heel up toward the sky, hands beside those hips. Good. Initially, we're going to pulse a few of them. So let's inhale the hips up and release down. Give me 4 more like that. And then we'll hold that, which would be our 6th one. You see my legs shaking up there? This means we definitely did something today, right? The legs shaking. Whew. Okay. All right, so this last one, hold it up, hold it up. Press that right foot in, lock in through those shoulders. Feel the lower back engaging. Look at my left foot moving there. It's shaking, it's shaking. Look at that, I can't stop it shaking. Oh, press that foot up there. Okay, 3, 2, and done. Woo, all right. Good, left foot on the ground now. We got 5 single leg pulses, and then we'll hold the 6th. Ready? Begin, here we go. Lift and down. Just trying to stamp our foot on the ceiling. Good. When we get to that 6th, we're gonna hold those hips up there. Focus on our lower back here. All right. 3, 2, and done. Excellent. Nice. Relax, release just a little bit. And now we're going to bring our knees and ankles together. And we're going to come to a tabletop position. Knees right above those hips. Feet up off the ground. You can set the feet down if you want. We're just going to rock side to side, windshield wiper those knees. Windshield wiper the knees. So right here, it's called a belly twist. That's the official yoga term for it. Okay? Then we're going to turn it into just a stretching twist as well. So this is core right now. So this is strengthening. You can also lengthen those legs and make it like a metronome. Okay? Mine's going pretty slow. Listen to some air supply right now. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without. No, I won't sing, sorry. Okay, all right. So when our knees go to the right side this next time, okay, let both knees stack to the right. Let both knees stack to the right. Extend that left arm out and look at the left. Then take that right hand, grab onto that left knee, and just pull it even deeper across for a stretch. Okay, if you want, you can walk that right leg out, lengthen that right leg, and get those legs going in opposite directions. Oh yeah, some air supply, that's good stuff right there. Yeah, the running joke in my family is my parents saw Air Supply in concert. I don't know if you do that. That's right. For some reason, 9 months later, I was born after that Air Supply concert. I don't know what kind of concert goes on there, but anyway. All right, we'll come back to that belly twist or that metronome. Good. Side to side. This also helps to loosen up that lower back too. Okay. All right, next time our knees find the left side, we'll set them down. And then we'll begin adjusting. Take that left hand, grab onto the right leg, Bring it across our body even more. Maybe lengthen that left leg underneath. So then the legs are going in opposite directions, creating that 90-degree angle. Extend that right hand out. Look at the right hand away from the direction that right leg's going. Good, stretch right here. Just breathe through it and use the breath to soften in through those hips and our lower back. And as we exhale and come back to center, let's draw our knees to our chest. Just to release that lower back and give those knees a little bit of a squeeze. Good. Now let's find that hollow hold yet again. Or as if we're getting out of bed, reaching and extending as far as you can. Lengthen your body from your fingertips to your toes. Lengthen and reach. Extend and keep holding. Keep holding. Keep holding for 3 and 2 and release onto your mat. Release onto your mat. It's time for a final relaxation. Shavasana pose. We dim the lights and I'll get us prepared for Shavasana. Shavasana song today is Gravity on the playlist, about third or fourth from the bottom. And as we find Shavasana, just allow yourself to just find the most relaxing spots on your mats. Release any tension that may be held within your body. Release any muscle engagements. Relax those glutes, your shoulders. Relax your feet and arches. Relax your fingers and your palms. Relax your jaw and your teeth. Rest your eyelids on your eyes. And just have your face be expressionless. With our breath, allow that breath to be a natural, everyday breath. So we don't have to think about anything right now. And then we seek to find stillness of our body and complete 100% commitment to being right on our mats, or that's ground beneath us. Feel the weight of your body pressing in as if you're falling in to that mat or ground beneath you. Release, surrender, and find that stillness. Through that stillness, we can begin feeling the sensations of our practice. Noticing every aspect of our body might be tingling right now, from our fingertips to our toes. Every nook and cranny of our body has been worked and engaged. And it's been engaged with the intention or sankalpa of compassion, with the intention of humility, with the intention of self-love and care. We've taken care of ourselves today. Granted, there were some challenging things that we went through, but we were able to make choices regarding those challenging things. Choices which allow this practice to be your practice, designed uniquely for you. My closing message. The darkest times can bring us to the brightest places. We've learned that no matter how powerless we feel or how bad things seem, we can't give up. We've got to stay in it. We've got to be in it together. We've got to keep going. Even when it's scary, even when there's fear, and even when all of our strength seems gone, we have to keep picking ourselves up. Pick ourselves up and move forward. Because whatever we're battling in the moment, wherever we're at, it will pass. And we will make it through. We've made it this far, and we can make it through whatever comes next. I honor the love and light in each of you as it's also within me. Namaste.